Thank you all for your patience. Before we get started this afternoon, the cadets here at Fishburne Military School, our hosts, would like to pay a tribute to Reserve Captain Kevin Quick. I want to thank Superintendent Morrison and the Fishburne Cadet Color Guard for that special tribute. Before we get started, just a few ground rules. I'll be giving a few just opening statements. Our police chief, Michael Wilhelm, will be giving some comments. There are copies of his comments. And then State Police PR Director Corinne Geller will be giving some comments as to the investigation. We do want to thank Sheriff Fisher with the Augusta County Sheriff's Office and his staff that are present here today. The Sheriff Harris with the Waynesboro Sheriff's Office and his staff that are here today. We also have members of the Alcohol Beverage Control with the state, of course Virginia State Police, and of course, as you see here, not just Kevin's colleagues with the Waynesboro Police Department and Auxiliary Department, but in the auxiliary unit, but also civilian staff that worked with Kevin for many years. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Chief Mike Wilhelm.
Thank you, Brian. On behalf of the Waynesboro Police Department, I would like to extend my sincere and heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Auxiliary Captain Kevin Quick. Words cannot begin to express the sorrow we feel just knowing that you are bearing such a profound loss. Our thoughts and prayers will continue to be with you all during your time of bereavement. To the law enforcement community that is grieving with Kevin Quick's family and friends, I ask that you continue to honor Kevin's memory and let his tragic loss serve as a reminder that the work we have dedicated our lives to is not finished. This investigation is far from over, and the tireless efforts of multiple agencies involved have been nothing short of remarkable. There are no words that can adequately express our appreciation for the dedication the agencies have shown to resolving this case. To the citizens of Waynesboro and other jurisdictions across the Commonwealth and beyond, I urge you to continue to support the law enforcement community as we grieve the loss of our brother Kevin. As we work through this difficult time, I would encourage all of you to reach out to those who understand our struggles and offer them support as well. No one can make it through this alone. We must continue to support Kevin's family, his friends, and our brothers and sisters from our law enforcement family. Thank you very much, and turn it over to Corinne.
Thank you, Chief. We appreciate that. And as the Chief said, this has been a very extensive, complex investigation that's now almost a week into it. And during the course of this investigation, it has actually gone statewide just about. Obviously concentrated here in the Charlottesville, Albemarle County, Waynesboro area, but also continued up to Northern Virginia and even now the Metro Richmond area. And it's been a tremendous collaboration and cooperation among multiple law enforcement agencies from the local, federal, and state level. And the state police, we wouldn't be where we are today and made the progress we've made so far in this case if it wasn't for the tremendous sharing and deployment of resources. And we especially want to thank the Waynesboro Police Department as well as our many other partners in this, which include the Louisa County Sheriff's Office, the Charlottesville Police Department, Albemarle County Police Department, the Nelson County Sheriff's Office, the Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office, the City of Alexandria Police Department, Prince William County Police Department, and also to include the offices of the Commonwealth's attorneys for Albemarle and Louisa counties, and most recently the Goochland County Commonwealth's attorney. And unfortunately, this case has now transitioned from an investigation into a disappearance into a death investigation. And as a result, we are still very actively pursuing new leads and tips. During the course of the week, we've received close to 200 tips so far from the public, which is a tremendous outpouring of assistance, which we are most grateful for, and much of that plays into the progress that we've made to date. Now, at this time, we have a total of 5 individuals who are now facing charges in connection with the disappearance and death of Kevin Quick. Of course, Kevin Quick, he's 45 years old, of Rockfish, Virginia. He disappeared Friday night, January 31st, when he was traveling from Afton, which is in Nelson County, to a friend's apartment in Albemarle County. His personal vehicle was recovered at a residence, abandoned at a residence outside of Mineral in Louisa County, and that was on Monday morning. Now, it was following the discovery of the vehicle, we took 2 Albemarle County siblings into custody, Mercedes Shelton and Daniel Mathis. They're both of Albemarle County. They were taken into custody without incident Tuesday night outside of a hotel in the city of Alexandria. And they've been charged with the theft of Kevin's vehicle, the 1999 silver Toyota 4Runner. Also taken into custody that night was a 3rd sibling, Shantae Shelton. Now, she was wanted by the Louisa County Sheriff's Office on an unrelated outstanding arrest warrant. And since she was wanted, we took her into custody as well. Those arrests took place with the Virginia State Police, Alexandria Police Department, and the FBI. Then Thursday night, last night, we took 3 additional individuals into custody without incident. Those include Gert Wright, also known as Halisi Uhuru. He's 22, of Danville, Virginia. Leslie Hope Casterlow, 49, of Manassas, Virginia. And Anthony D. Stokes, Jr., 31, of Manassas, Virginia. All 3 are currently being held at Henrico County Jail without bond. Each has been charged with 1 felony count of principal in the 2nd degree in connection with Kevin's death. And we've, per the Commonwealth's attorney of Goochland County, have also added 1 felony count of gang participation for each of those individuals. Now, as you know, it was shortly before noon yesterday that a body was discovered in a timbered area just inside the Goochland County line, right at the Fluvanna County-Goochland County line. State Police and Fluvanna County Sheriff's investigators were doing a search along Old Columbia Road when they came across the timbered area, and they located those remains. The body was transported last night to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Richmond for examination, autopsy, and positive identification. That process is still ongoing at this time. We do not have a positive identification yet on that body. However, due to the time that has now transpired since Kevin's disappearance, the fact that his vehicle was found abandoned and his whereabouts have not been established yet, as I mentioned, we have transitioned from a disappearance investigation to a death investigation. As soon as we receive positive identification from the medical examiner's office, we will follow up with you. There are additional charges pending in this. There may possibly still be additional arrests as well to be made as this investigation continues. We are still asking the public to come forward if they have more information on Kevin Quick. They recall seeing his silver 1999 Toyota 4Runner in Fork Union Friday night, Fluvanna or Goochland Counties Friday night, in Manassas Saturday night, or in Louisa on Sunday. And we're asking folks, or if they have any information about the Shelton siblings, or if they have any information about these 3 individuals who were just arrested last night, to please call the Virginia State Police. You can reach us by cell on #77, or you can call us at 434-352-7128. And with that, we'll take questions.
Do we know the connection between the Shelton siblings and the 3 people who were arrested overnight in Goochland?
Well, they were not arrested overnight in Goochland. They were actually arrested in Prince William County last night. As far as a connection, that right now we're really not in a position to get into detail because this is still an ongoing criminal investigation.
Corinne, what led officers out to Old Columbia Road yesterday afternoon?
Unfortunately, it was not a public tip or anything. It actually was during the course of the investigation that we had received some intelligence that these individuals may have been out there, the vehicle may have been out in that area, and as a result, they went out there and were searching along that road when the discovery was made.
Can you tell us more about the gang affiliation?
Right now, all we can say, again, because this is still an ongoing criminal investigation, is that the 3 individuals picked up last night do have an affiliation with a criminal street gang. We're not going to be identifying what exactly that gang is or getting into any more details on that at this point.
What was their second charge, the 3 individuals from last night?
The second charge, the one that was just served this afternoon, is called gang participation. It's 18.2-46.2.
Do you know were the siblings associated with any sort of gang activity?
That's something we're looking into at this point, but right now they do not have any of those types of charges.
Do you have any indication if this was a premeditated crime or were these people acquainted previously somehow?
We're still piecing together kind of this network of individuals and determining exactly what role, what acquaintance, what association they may have had with one another.
How again was the body found in Goochland County? How was that found?
The state police investigators and the Fluvanna County investigator were actually driving along Old Columbia Road based on some information, some intelligence that we gathered during the course of the investigation, and they came across this timbered area. It's pretty remote. Began looking at that area, and that's when they discovered the remains. It is private property, so.
There's been some confusion because there is a capital murder type charge. It does fall under that code. So what exactly is the affiliation there?
Well, and that was misinformation that was presented earlier today by the media. The charge 18.2-18 is principal in the second degree. And that means that these individuals have a connection, have an affiliation with Kevin Quick's death. That does not say they are responsible for his death. There is a pretty precise difference between that. So at this time, they're only charged with principal in the second degree, which means a connection, some sort of connection with his death.
Right, but 18.2-31 is also listed on this arrest warrant.
Yes, it is. But the charge, the primary offense there is for principals of the second degree. They have not been charged with any murder, capital murder, or anything of that nature at this time.
Will that charge be amended on the search warrant, since it does appear on the arrest warrant, rather?
They'll be in court on Monday, and that'll be up to the Commonwealth's attorney to determine how to proceed further. That's not a mistake. It is principals in the second degree. If you look at the code section, it directly references 18.2-31. But the primary offense that they were charged with last night is one felony count of principal in the second degree for each one of those individuals. They have not been charged with murder.
When was the gang participation count?
Just this afternoon.
Okay.
That's one reason for the delay for the press conference, was finalizing those details and making sure they were served.
Can you tell us exactly where they were arrested, the 3 suspects last night?
The 3 suspects were arrested outside a hotel in Prince William County. I don't have the exact address, but the Prince William County Police Department assisted us with that arrest.
What led you to the 3 suspects in Prince William?
Again, it was just through the course of the investigation, intelligence and tips and leads that have come in the past week.
Corinne, can you talk about the condition of the body that was discovered?
No, we're not going to comment on that at this point. The medical examiner is still conducting the examination and autopsy. So,
Do you have a timeline on when you expect that information back?
as soon as they provide it to us, we'll follow up with you.
As far as the additional charges that are pending, are you able to specify who in particular might be charged?
No, we're not going to comment on that until the charges are actually placed. So,
And from here, the investigation, I mean, you're still asking for tips
Mhm.
and possible arrests. Are you still searching for any potential suspects at this point?
well, and that's why we're asking the public to come forward. If they have any information, if they can provide us with any additional tips, now related to these additional 3 that were just arrested last night. It's been amazing the the participation of the public calling in and giving us information has been incredible, and it's been extremely helpful as we've made progress over the past week. So,
Have any weapons been recovered in this investigation?
no, no weapons have been recovered at this time. Okay.
Are there any links being made to Alexis Murphy's missing, whether it be this particular gang or other?
No, at this time we have no evidence to connect the disappearance and death of Kevin Quick to any other criminal or crime within the region or anywhere else for that matter. Okay. Well, we'll be sure to keep you all updated with new developments and so forth. And again, we appreciate your coverage of this. It's definitely helped get the word out there and encouraging the public to come forward with their tips and information. Thank you, guys.